We've got Rajiv Pratap Rudy, senior leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, MP from the state. He was campaigning extensively in Chapra. He joined us earlier. Sir, कल के पोल्स में तो बहुत बड़े जीत रहे थे. आज के पोल्स में थोड़ा कम जीत रहे हो. अब थोड़ा धक-धक हो रहा है कि अल्टीमेटली क्या होगा?
देखिए, कल 17, more than 17 exit polls indicated that NDA is in any situation we are forming a government, so there's nothing to be worried about. It's just the margin which we have reduced in today's poll of a particular organization. But I can tell you, all this is being, you are trying to say that A as such and such. But I personally feel that there is a complete sweep in favor of the NDA alliance. And that for many reasons, I would say, the choice was in the government to choose between Narendra Modi or Rahul Gandhi. The choice was between Lalu Yadav and Nitish Kumar. The choice was on development and non-development. And of course, two aspects which I would like to reiterate again here. One is the caste factor. Now, the combination of a caste factor in the NDA alliance was far more stronger than the combination of the caste factor.
The caste alliance, Rudy ji, was stronger, but this poll says amongst the young, the unemployed, the illiterate, you've got more people voting for Gathbandhan than for the NDA. That's, I mean, even if you win, that is disturbing.
I'm coming back to that. So if women voters, as you say, I could see the attraction towards the NDA government. The youth are also, please do not distinguish the youth of Bihar as youth. We see it every day within villages, within small tolas. There is a sharp division on caste. You say the youth has lost caste and is voting for A, B, and C. It doesn't happen in Bihar. We wait for another 50 years that to happen. First identity of a youth is not a youth, but his identity is of a caste, and the combination of a caste. And there is an anger of that young youth who is there on a particular caste brand. He does not think alike. He thinks on a caste line first, and then what you call the youth effect later. It is just not a general state or a very developed state, and the things have on this display. And the fourth is, of course, Prashant factor, which I said was the factor which everyone in the Delhi or Bombay was discussing. Prashant Kishore. So whenever anyone talked to us, they shot Prashant Kishore. What is he? As if there was no other political party in Bihar. As election came, he vanished. He vanished because he did not have a vote background.
But Mr.
He did not believe in his caste.
You say that a youth is not going to think beyond his caste. These numbers, though, seem to suggest that that youth is angry. And across caste, that youth could be angry, especially when they have a degree. Especially when they're educated, their numbers for you are going lower.
Just for a youth, if you all confine, I always disagree. For a youth, if you confine that job has to be with a degree is only in a state and not a nation, we miss that aspect. Bihar youth does not only confine itself to a degree within the state. It takes, and everywhere, even if you check in your studio, half the people who are working there would be from Bihar. So that is an aspect which most of the people think job with a certificate is only in my state. My boys in the state are very ambitious. They know how to go about. They go across. They go for the paramilitary forces. They go for central secretariat jobs. They go in the Navy. So please do not confine the job in Bihar is just confined to Biharis. The fact remains, Bihar has never seen jobs at home. Biharis have gone, whether it's in the
bureaucracy. Rudy, Veer Sangvi has a question for you. Veer, go ahead.
Veer,
Hi, Rudy. Like there's two different interpretations. You're saying that we're underestimating the caste factor, whether people are old or young, caste matters. I have no problem with that. The question I want to ask you is, most people are now saying that the NDA victory has a lot to do with women. And if these figures are correct, it's older women rather than young women. Do you accept that? And is that a good thing for you, that ultimately younger, more educated people are not necessarily voting for you? You're being kept in power essentially by middle-aged and older women? If these figures
so if I keep aside the youth for a while and talk about women, I interact. I live in a village. I work in a constituency, 40 years in parliament. I understand a bit of politics. Sure. And I can tell you, I can read it in the eyes. They don't have a loud noise. They don't make noises. But the rallies, and I attended most of the Janata Dal United rallies because I was a part of that group. I have never seen a response by women. Even before I could complete a sentence, they were all raising slogans and cheering up. There is something within. They have a confidence in Nitish Kumar, or maybe confidence in the government. They feel nice about it. And this 70% voting or 74% voting, which you see today in Bihar, would primarily be for the NDA. Now, you see, in Bihar politics, when you live in a village, There were women in my constituency who did vote for the NDA alliance or the BJP or the JDU. But when going back to their houses, they would always confront people from the RJD and say that we have voted for you. Bihar is still scared of a face called Lalu Prasad Yadav. Please remember, maybe in the next 5 years down the line, when he's not well, God willing, nothing should happen to him. But Bihar is still, and the campaign for any political party was not against Tejasvi. The entire political campaign was reviving the face of Lalu Prasad Yadav throughout.
And maybe that's the reason why that Tejasvi also chose to keep Laluji in the background, barring only 2 rallies that he held. Mr. Rudy, Professor Badri Narayan also has a question for you over here.
Rajivji, I heard your entire analysis of Bihar election this time, and it seems a very caste-dominant interpretation. And this interpretation is a bit different from what Modi ji and the BJP officially try to narrate the analyze this election, because he's proposed that this is the Viksit Bihar aspirational state election. And so how you are going to link casteness of youths and everyone?
I'm saying, yes, you have a very valid point. You see, when I have to talk on a philosophy, I'm a Thakur, I'm a Rajput. I don't talk about it. But today when I was operating in Bihar, I made it known to the people of Bihar after 30 years that I'm a Rajput, and I have more traction in Bihar today than I had earlier, because no one ever recognized me as what recognition. Everyone is counted. 3.5% of Rajputs, 4.5% of Paswans. It is a counted numbers. The combinations you built up, the credibility. Why did the BJP, knowing very well that some of the political parties which it was allying would not fare well? It was not about particular seats or there. We sacrificed seats to get the combination together. Everyone. I hate talking about it, but this is a reality in Bihar. We talk about that.
Sanjeev Srivastava has a question. He's upset with what you are saying. He has a question for you.
Sanjeev Srivastava with me.
Rajiv Rudy ji, very good evening.
Hi.
My question is very simple. Is that why is it that till now, you have made, the BJP has made such headway in UP, in Maharashtra, what has happened, but in such a big and important state in Bihar, last 20-25 years, the BJP still has not been able to throw its own face, his own leader. They are still riding piggyback on. It's still a Nitish versus Tejasvi kind of election.
Yes. Now you have actually asked. Hi. So, Sanjeev, you have exactly asked the question which I have been posing. I said, today BJP positioned itself as an all-class, non-caste ABCD party. We never succeeded. Within the BJP, we also are being recognized as a Thakur leader, as a Brahmrishi leader, as a Caste leader, or for that matter, Kurmi leader. Now Bihar has turned. Nitish Kumar is an emblem of a combination of Mahadalits. Nowhere in the country, Dalits were divided into Mahadalit. Pichra, the OBC, the Yadavs, and were divided from the other. So we have, and Nitish Kumar has done it beautifully. He caught onto it, which no one in the country did. In Bihar, he caught the essence of Bihar politics. He split the OBCs, Pichra into EBC, Dalit into Mahad, which has happened nowhere in the country. Any other experiment, I do not know whether it has happened. Now, that experiment of Nitish Kumar carrying away at least 25% votes is still intact. We add to that vote, and to get rid of that calculations is still very difficult in Bihar. Please wait and watch. And
Veera Raghav has a question for you, Mr. Rudy.
I have you've all defined Bihar politics at the moment. Let me ask you to crystal ball gaze a bit. It's been seen as possibly the last election of the old social coalition of the JDU versus RJD. Would you also see it that way? Do you believe that?
Yes. You see age.
So then who's going to be the face? Who's going to replace Nitish Kumar?
I'm not going to answer that question. The fact remains, everyone is aging. There is an era of Lalu Yadav. There is an era of leaders in my group there. Nitish Kumar also, that is an era. Today, the battle is drawn between Nitish Kumar and Lalu Yadav. The Ati Pichra are with the BJP or the Forward Alliance. And Pichra and Muslims are on the other side. Which makes a bigger combination with the Dalits coming on this side or that side. Preferably the Dalits would come because of other faces within our party. It's absolutely clear a caste combination which the political parties have done. Congress should have moved the forward voters in Bihar with RJD. It will not happen because Congress will keep on suffering in Bihar as long as they align with RJD. RJD still has that gruesome face which people, and we talk about it, we make them believe, remind them, and we shall keep doing it till the face is there. And that possibly is the truth which we are analyzing in different ways. And women believe in Nitish Kumar in a very big way, very, very big way. And that is one thing which you all have not kept in mind.
Okay, we'll take
Yes.
take that question to the RJD as well. Mohammad Ali Ashraf Fatmi, senior RJD leader and former Union Minister, is joining us. But before that, Mr. Rudy, before we let you go, quick question. You have a very high-profile person fighting from your constituency, Chapra, Khesari Lal Yadav. What do you crystal ball gaze for him? Because he's been in the news for making a lot of statements. Ram Mandir bana ke kya hoga?
No. My point is, I really appreciate actors. I watch movies, I watch Netflix, and I watch everyone. But for God's sake, this country is gone crazy. 10 days before the elections, they come on a contract to campaign like an actor, and they take up the space of our politics. It's whether for BJP, for RJD, for Congress. For God's sake.
10 day नहीं, वो तो कह रहे हैं कि हम बिहार के दिल में बसते हैं, हम बिहार के लाला हैं.
मुझे लग रहा है कि the way he was moving around, Tejasvi should immediately get rid of him because he would be the claimant of RJD chief ministership very short. And this is what happens to Dagde. So the threat is not to us. The threat is to Mr. Khesari Lal Yadav, is to RJD and Mr. Tejasvi Yadav. And once more, I have never seen an actor come down to a constituency. He's wearing a t-shirt and a jeans and is being buckets of milk are being thrown on him, and then he gets onto the stage and dances. I get appalled because when we speak politics on a stage, they get up and start singing a song. People start whistling, and where are we in politics? So for God's sake, I don't want to.
Sir, आप भी तो plane उड़ाते हो.
You also have.
Rudy साहब, आप भी तो that's your USP. आप भी तो plane उड़ाते हो.
मैं plane उड़ा करके मैं पहले politics करता हूँ, 7 बार पार्लियामेंट पहुँचता हूँ और मैं दुनिया का अकेला पायलट हुआ. मैं plane politics के लिए plane नहीं उड़ाता हूँ. Rahul, how do you ask these questions? At times you also go crazy.
But sir, Manoj Tiwari भी तो हैं आपके. That's a tad unfair, sir.
Practice in the Supreme Court and High Court. Why don't you say you're a professor in the
I'm actually very impressed. So that we get it right.
Keep impressed.
You're decoding this wrong. Just the fact that you're the one politician who can get into a cockpit and fly. One second, Rudy Saab. That actually makes you very cool.
To my flying, I don't really understand. There has to be a connect. When your conversation, you are a very senior leader.
No, I'm saying that makes it very distinctive, and that's your USP.
So he's a politician and he's an actor, so he becomes distinctive. Arguments which you built up is crazy. He's come for.
मैं तो आपकी तारीफ कर रहा हूँ, आप तो उल्टा मतलब निकाल रहे हो.
Okay, all right.
आप समझ रहे हो आपकी तारीफ हो रही है, फिर भी आप उल्टा मतलब निकाल रहे हो.
Ceasefire. I have to say, Rahul, let's tread very carefully with Mr. Rudy. We don't know when we are on the next flight to Patna. And Rudy ji is the captain. We don't want to make him angry.
Never upset your pilot.
हम कुर्सी की पेटी बांध करके. We don't want to anger you, Mr. Rudy. Pleasure as always speaking to you. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Rahul. Great day. Thank you. We catch up after 36 hours.
Yes, I look forward to having you back.
All right.